Okay, so I have a piece of Arsh 100% cotton cold pressed paper. I just cut it up into like a 4 by 6 inch piece so I can put it on a piece of cardstock. Got my brushes here and my paints. Let me activate them with a little water sprayer. I have a new color, everyone. Holbein Lavender. I'll be using this a lot for my workshops and retreats, and maybe here a little bit here for skies and added color. It's a little thicker color, so when you add it in with color for skies with clouds, it stays a little thicker to get the nice shadow colors. You know, it'll be explained in some of those workshops and retreats that people coming on to see me. I'll explain this in person, but right now I'm going to use it for playing one here. So I thought we'd just do some fun, loose floral. So let's get us in a happy place. You can draw out the floral, not draw out the floral, play with just like painting around. I might actually take my mechanical pencil. I don't know what lead this is. Could be 2B, whatever. And it's just, this is a Pentel one. So I'm going to just draw like where I'm going to put like a white flower. Just a simple petals, maybe one over here. This is the center, so you're just drawing a little, I'm drawing very lightly. Circle. We're gonna do some negative painting and have some fun. Okay, so let's get out some brushes. And you can use whatever brushes work for you right now, but I'm gonna start playing with some bigger ones. This is a 16 round aqua Princeton brush. So I know where my white's gonna be. I can start playing with some greens around it. Let's grab some cadmium yellow deep, little Prussian blue. I'll go over here and add the same color and add some more Prussian blue and burnt umber. Get a deeper tone, right? Play around with that. Remember, we're going to paint the negative part. So negative painting means the paint behind something, around something. The positive part is like the part in front of us. But since it's white, we want to leave the paper, right? We're not doing acrylic or oil. We got to paint the color behind it. So I'm pretending that this is wet on dry, by the way. So I'm just kind of going around the shape and just kind of making this little doodad line. So you can just draw like a simple petal shaped flower. And this is going to be my green, like, you know, it could be like the green for maybe it's flowers in the field. I don't know. We're just playing right now. We're playing. It's all about play. Have some fun. Darn it. I think I'm going to switch to a skinnier brush. Yeah, I'm going to use my 8 long round. Same series. I'm going to start to grab my darker color and just kind of pull down some color here. Play with this, going around this little white shape here. Pull up some color. Down and up and down, swivel. I'm going to be painting some color up there anyway. So we're painting around our greens. The light green. And just throw that color there. You can even have some other white flowers up here. Maybe I'm just going to pretend there's another white flower right there. And I'll start to put some dark greens around that. A little thicker paint. I'll mix up some more of this paint. See the negative painting? Put some lines. Okay, I'm going to remove some of this green. Listen, you can't go wrong even if you're a beginner. You just can't. So remember this lavender color I talked about from Holbein? Let's play a little bit of this color. Let's put this color. Like I said, it's almost like a chalky, thick, it's almost like gouache. Just have to put that color up in here. Mixing it with the green. Get a little bit wet. Negative painting around this white. Now you don't have to fill the whole entire piece of paper. Just going around these colors here. It's kind of pretty, right? We could even put it inside of our little flower here. We'll do that in a second. I'm going to add some burnt sienna to this. And look, we got a pretty gray. Come down here. I'll add some ultramarine blue deep to this. Let's just play maybe some quinacridone sienna from Daniel Smith. You see, it's like a thick, chalky color. Play with the grays. What are we doing here with our grays? Making some little lines. You can even take a scraping tool. If I can find my scraper or my credit card. Probably can't find anything like that, right? Every time I think about it and go for it, it's never there, right? Let me see if I can find it in here. Nope. Missing. Disappeared. Left the planet. Okay, I'll just find another tool. I can have a little triangle, whatever tool, that's the scraping kind of thing. When it seeps into the paper, nope, not gonna work. All right, even my, this is for a, this is the thing that opens up the blocks. Look at that, that works. I'm gonna scrape some grasses. And this one's seeping back into it, so just making some lines, you know, you're playing with your paint. Look at that, beautiful. Having fun. Mad scientist here. I'm getting a little thicker with the green, maybe a little more brown, and a little bit yellow. And I'm gonna go back up here, swivel, and add some little grasses. Darker, thicker. Get some dark color right next to my little bright white type flower. And then color in here so it punches up the color a little bit more. We are having fun. I can do some little leaves. Just a movement like that. And come down. No right or wrong to this, people. All right. So the center will be more yellow. But the white around the parts of this center, I'm going to use my lavender or some like lighter colors for dimension. So here I can know this is going to be the center. I can take the lavender, kind of go inside and around this way. Go out like this way. I want to do it before I put the yellow in there. For some shadow. If you want to add a little bit of burnt sienna, you can add some of that. It's a little too much here, but that doesn't matter. We get a nice little shadow happening with that flower. And then I'm going to fill the center in with yellow. Remove all this nonsense. Grab my cadmium yellow deep. I can even add a quinacridone sienna or some burnt umber, tone it yellow down a little bit. And then the yellow is going to go right in the center. I'm going to leave some of that white. Right? I'm not going to fill the whole circle in. I'm going to leave a spot, that's a little white spot. And doesn't it look three-dimensional when you do that? Right? Bleeding the color. We got some like little, do like another one here. And another one here. Isn't that cute? Just like little white flowers. That's zero effort. We can let that dry. While it's starting to dry, we can take some burnt umber just in the tip of the brush. We don't want it super, 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 super dark. You can mix a little yellow in there. Not super wet either. I'm just going to put a little bit on the right-hand side and the bottom. Again, that gets a little bit more three-dimensional looking. So even though we have a very, very loose situation, it's starting to like seem a little bit more realistic, right? You kind of remove some of this color. And on the whites are never white, right? You can add some blush tones. You can add some other color stuff. I can grab my yellow and add a little rose. Make a blushy kind of color tone, a little bit more pink. Water this down. Tap my paper towel. Can add some of that color to my beautiful little white flower. Some color out here on the petals. Because it's never going to be white. Isn't that cute? I like it. I like it, and that's all that matters. And I'm just going to go back in a little bit more stems coming out this way. That way we can actually add some stems in another color if we want to. And this is like the perfect little card. Now that this is dry, we can kind of go over this area. And some more grasses and stems coming out. Put some little leaves. Just by manipulating your brush. See, I can push it like that and make some nice, loose, fun leaves. Negative painting, you gotta try it. I'm gonna just play with whatever color I have and move that out this way. Right? And then I just want to add like another element of color. So we've got some whites, maybe add a little purple tone. Yellows and purples are great. Ultramarine blue deep and some bright rose. Make a nice pretty bluish purple. Can water this down. We can just add little purple flowers in here and there. Right? Just kind of peeking through. You can cluster a little bit over here. Just another element of surprise. And again, I'm going to go back in little stem on this. And then just let it dry. We have a cute card. We play with some expressive painting here. The last thing I would do, maybe go back in with there's a burnt sienna and ultramarine blue deep, making more of a brownish, bluish gray, whatever. Go back into this little area for and I can go in here too, the little center, just to get that little more three-dimensional. If you want to show the petals more, go back and grab my little lavender, kind of indentation where the petals start, kind of come out here, add a little shade. See, I didn't really give a definition of those. It's not really much of a definition. You can start to define them more, where the petals start and go. Or you don't have to, right? Another thing you could do is you could splatter a little gouache in these areas right here. I could have done that when they were wet. If they're not wet, I can just spray it. Now it's wet. Take a little gouache. Oops, that's too much gouache. And take your brush, get it loose, and I can just splat a little white. It will dissipate and just kind of turn into like, if you want it a little thicker and more areas, because that's very wet, it will change a little bit. It'll turn into like, look at that, unexpected little fun blobs. Isn't that pretty and fun? Now we can see what the magic happens when it dries. If it's a little too puddly, you can just kind of lift up. There. Go in and add thicker gouache. Super fun! I love to just play with different elements. So we've got some multimedia going here with the gouache and the watercolor, and the different techniques of just doing something loose, negative painting, all that fun stuff. I might add a little bit, couple of grasses out this way, coming across down there, and here. Now I have to wait for that to dry, and we can mount it on a card. Lastly, I feel like I want a stem in here, so I'm going to take a stiff, skinny, flat wash brush and kind of grab some water on it and kind of lift some of the color. Tap it back on the paper towel. If you want a lighter stem coming through there, you can see that white. And just lift it. Oh, I got blue in there. Did want that. So just lifting, as you can see, a stem coming through right down to the bottom here. You see that? I lighten that part up, and then you can just put some color behind it. Again, negative painting. And you'll see that part just be much lighter than the front. So it's all dry. We remove the tape. I just use magic tape, right? Super pretty. And then you can just take a piece of cardstock. I have cardstock here, and I'm just gonna put some tape on it just to show you how it looks. Put it on like black cardstock. Look at that beauty. So I hope you enjoyed painting the negative painting of this beautiful floral card. Super fun, great techniques to play with, being really loose. If you're a Patreon member, click the link in the description box below and you get the additional tutorial with the daisies coordinate wonderful card. Patreon is where you support my channel here on YouTube, all my free content, get extra tutorials. You get exclusive ones on Patreon that are like an hour long, which is really worth its weight in gold. Some of these are really intermediate and advanced tutorials with a reference photo and you know, and a trace and all that good stuff. And you get first dibs on watercolor workshops and retreats, you get a Facebook group, all kinds of other perks. And going forward, you will get a percentage off my Zoom classes. So, like I said, click the link in the description box below if you want to learn more about it. And you can join and cancel anytime. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know. Have fun. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.